Galaxy 666 by Pel Toro. Session 60.
Well, what kind of suggestion have you got to make? Demanded Oski. There was silence for a few minutes.
Nothing that's constructive, anyway,
admitted Korzak. Ishkla shrugged his shoulders. I'm in the same predicament, he said. Oski snorted rather divisively. Look, he said suddenly. Korzak and Ishkla looked as though they expected him to point out some miraculous sight of salvation that was just descending from heaven in a little gold chariot, but he only meant the word figuratively. Their disappointment was almost visible.
There's only one thing we can do, said Korzak at last.
What's that? Said Oski. You mean sit here and work it out? Asked Ishkla.
Yes, said Korzak. The only thing we can do is to let things simmer. The only thing we can do is to wait here and sit it out. The only thing we can do is to play the waiting game.
Would you say that time was on our side or time was against us? Demanded Oski. I would say that time was pretty neutral, said Oski.
It all depends on how you use it.
Ah, said Oski. The monosyllabic grunt was vibrant with meaning. That was a profound remark, said Ishkla.
The one thing we don't want to do is fall out among ourselves.
I'm not falling out with anybody, said Ishkla. Then don't be sarcastic about my profound grunts, said Oski. Then he laughed. Sorry, that sounded a bit pompous, didn't it?
You've every right to be pompous or anything else you want to be, if only it will get us out of this muddle,
said Korzak. Oski relapsed into a meditative attitude. There was a scraping sound as one of the doors opened. They all spun to face it. The lights had been mysteriously realigned from outside so that they now all shone directly into the faces of the spaceman and the computer problem experts, dazzling all three. One of the aliens came forward. It was difficult to see with the full glare in their eyes, but they got the impression that several other aliens were watching from the door, covering them with miniature versions of the barrel-shaped weapon which had rendered them immobile and helpless on the apocryphal planet itself. The most advanced alien touched Oski with its pseudopod. Oski was aware of its command to link hands with Ishkla and Korzak. He did so. He didn't feel that they were in a position to disobey the alien at this moment. The alien's thoughts flowed through all three humanoids like a current fighting its way along a recalcitrant wire. Yet the experience was not as exhausting as their first telepathic contact with the alien had been. It was odd, thought Oski, how thoughts themselves could move via a bilious-colored pseudopod.
We are in trouble,
signaled the alien. Whatever else the three humanoids had been expecting to hear or to receive by the alien communication, it was not that. How are you in trouble? Asked Oski.
The ship is not responding,
signaled back the alien.
And we cannot use the central control room.
Why cannot you use the central control room? Asked Oski.
Because the one you call Bronit has shut himself inside.
So we are virtually in command of the ship, not you, said Oski.
That is so,
admitted the alien with commendable frankness.
But whether your man Bronit or one of our own number was in the control room would make little difference. The controls are not responding in any way.
You mean the ship is not responding to the controls? Said Oski.
That is so,
signaled the alien.
Can you tell us what is happening? Asked Korzak.
The ship is being sucked back toward the surface of the apocryphal planet,
signaled the alien. It seemed obvious to the three humanoids that the thing with the pseudopods was drawing to a very large extent on the vocabulary's extent in their own minds. There was a break in the communication, a punctuation in the cerebral intercourse. Then the alien flashed another thought to him.
We know from what you have already signaled to us that you were not natives of that planet, yet you had achieved a landing on it. Therefore you must understand something about it.
You also achieved a landing on it, argued Oski. You must know as much about it as we do.
This is true,
signaled back the alien.
But our knowledge may be complementary. The aspect of the planet which is understandable to us may be different from that which you have investigated. If we put our respective spheres of knowledge together, we may be able to produce enough extra knowledge to produce a solution.
I doubt this very much, said Ishkla.
Why?
Signaled back the alien.
Our landing was very much in the nature of being a lucky accident, said Korzak, with surprising honesty and frankness.
So was ours,
admitted the alien.
Even though it looked impressive.
Assume that we worked together. Assume that we helped to save the ship, said Korzak. What do we get out of it? Our ship is destroyed. We have no means of getting back to one of the normal planets of our empire.
If you would guarantee us safe conduct,
signaled the alien,
then providing you can save our ship, we would take you to one of the planets of your empire.
What guarantee do we have of that?
Your colleague, Bronit, is in unassailable control of our ship.
said the alien.
Unless we work together, he can destroy us all.
Yes, but Bronit has to eat. He cannot subsist permanently in that control room of yours.
The control room is specially designed to withstand siege,
communicated the alien. In what ways? asked Oski.
To withstand siege, our people would need solid food, liquid, air, and effective means of waste disposal,
flashed the alien.
So?
demanded Korzak.
All these things are available in the control room. Although our races are very different, Bronit will soon see the strength of his position. It will only be a matter of time before he recognizes the advantages that he has.
What part do we play in all this? asked Oski.
We cannot communicate with Bronit,
said the alien.
He would not be foolish enough to open the door to us. We outnumber him. We have weapons and he hasn't. Unless he can make physical contact with the pseudopod, we cannot communicate. But you can. From our knowledge of your means of communication, we believe that if you spoke into one of the outlet valves of the air conditioning apparatus which runs around the control room, it would be possible for you to make Bronit hear you.
You must obviously understand our language by this time. You have taken various words from it by directly looking into our minds, said Oski.
We have no means of articulating what would be recognizable as speech.
Are there no screens in there on which you could flash a written message?
No,
communicated the alien.
There is no guarantee that Bronit would have such a screen switched on even if we were transmitting a message which the screen might receive.
That seems logical enough, agreed Oski.
I assure you that our communications are true,
flashed the alien. We must have a consultation on our own, said Oski.
Very well. We will withdraw,
signaled the alien. It backed away from them. Contact was broken.
Here ends Session 60.